What's up, you guys? It's Erica Brittany finally coming back with another video. I know it's been a little while since I posted a video on here, but I'm back. So we got big news for you before we even get into the video, because it's going to be a good video, very informative. I would like to tell you guys that I've been invited from the Pentagon, from the Public Affairs Office, to join this social media influencer event for the Army. So it's going to be a bunch of us influencers flying down, driving down to Washington, D.C. in order to see the National Museum of the United States Army, meeting with the Sergeant Major of the Army, meeting with the TRADOC Sergeant Major. It's going to be a big ordeal. It's going to be influencers that you guys might already even follow. So I'm super excited for this. If you guys want to see the daily of what we do, go ahead. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram at Erica Brittany. Let's get on with the video.
I'm stretching my back out because I'm old. This dog won't leave me alone.
That's the difference in this world. Is care.
As you guys are probably watching my video, you're probably thinking about joining the Army or already in the Army. And if your thought is about wanting to join, what's the reason why you should? The last step was me going to work and all that, and I was planning on vlogging and all that, but then work got in the way, and all of a sudden it's about almost 1800 and I completely forgot I was vlogging. So we're just gonna start with the video over here. This video is about joining the military and having that thought in your head. I remember when I first wanted to join the military, I didn't really voice it at all. It just lingered in my head for a little bit, and then once I actually voiced it to my parents is when we actually did a lot more research together, and that was just my avenue of approach of joining the military. So within saying that, you can go ahead and ask so many people, or especially the people in the military, your family, oh, should I join the military? Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? But the thing is, it comes down to your decision. If you have to get talked into joining the military, maybe it isn't for you, because there was at one point in my life before I joined the military where I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. Whenever someone was trying to talk me into it, I was like, I just don't want to do it anymore. So I had to find my purpose in why I joined the military and why I thought it was a great idea, because whenever you join and you're going through basic training, you're not thinking about their idea of why you joined. You're thinking about the reason why you joined. So if you don't really have a passion and you don't really have the want or need to join the military, maybe you should hold off and figure out the reason why. The one thing you should really do before joining the military is looking into videos, looking into your research and everything like that. So we're in this age where YouTube is a big thing, and obviously if you're following me, you know my stuff is a lot of military things, especially on this channel. So I would say before you even try to Eli. So I would say before you even try to take a step and be like, I want to do this, do your research. Look through YouTube videos, because there's so many YouTube videos about basic training. And if you haven't looked into it, go on my channel. There's a crap ton, because I was a drill sergeant before. So I vlogged a lot of things. But one thing I can advise you is the more fit you are, the easier basic training is going to be. That doesn't mean if you're not fit, you're not going to be able to pass. You are still able to pass, but I'm going to tell you now, if you're more fit, your cardio's up, you're able to do a few push-ups, it's going to be easier. And now, if you're ready to join and you've done your research, you've talked to your family and all that, it's time to speak to your local recruiter. I'm not saying by yourself, speak to your local recruiter. You can also bring people that impact your life, people that have a say-so on what you do. And once you're done with your trip, depending how well it goes, then you'll have to actually start getting your documents ready in order to start processing you in the military. But I can tell you, when I first joined, I brought my parents with me. I was 18 years old, and yes, you know, at that time a lot of 18 years old thinks, oh, I can make this life decision, but my parents kind of knew a little bit better, and they wanted to be there throughout the things. So the things I would have been afraid to ask, I told my parents, or they already had those questions lined up. So it's not bad to bring your parents, especially if your parents are a big influence in your life. It's a great idea to bring them. Even if your parents don't want to go to that place, you're gonna also be like, oh, my recruiter is going to come to the house. Is that okay? Can you speak to them? Ask them any questions that you have, because a lot of people are afraid of what the military is or what the army is sometimes, and they don't know what it actually can do. So if you want to bring your whole family to the recruiting station, you're more than welcome to do that. Another big tip I can give you guys before you join the military, and something I wish I kind of knew more. I knew about taking the ASVAB, but I didn't know how much a score would change my life, to be honest. So I would say whenever you're ready to go and they give you an appointment to go to the MEPS to take the ASVAB, study. You can go to Barnes & Noble or wherever bookstore it is, Google, whatever, and you can find study questions and how to get better with it. Because there are certain subjects in order for you to get a great score, and the better score you have, the more opportunities you have in the long future. And that has to do with jobs, it has to do with schools, anything like that. You might decide one MOS one day, and then instead you want to go the officer route, and you'll need at least a 110 DT score. So just think about that now, especially if you're thinking about making the army career. I've already made so many videos about the military, so I would say look into what you want to do first. Look into what you want to do. Do you want to go active duty, which is 24/7? You want to go National Guard and Reserves, which is kind of like a part-time thing. I've also made a video about it, so go ahead and check that out. But figure out which one is preferred for you, because you can always change from reserves to active duty, or from active duty to National Guard, or active duty from reserves. Just look into that first. Just make sure you look into that, and don't pressure yourself into jumping into something 100% if you're not 100% sure. So I think the reason why I like giving these advice and telling people some things that I wish I worried about before is because this is a big life decision. This is something that can change your life forever. That once you join the army and you go through basic training, your life won't ever be the same. And that's something I didn't realize that much, because I joined and then I thought it would be the same old Erica, but I actually wasn't, and it wasn't as a bad thing. But it was just something that I wish I took into account. So all these little things I've been telling you to do, you should do just because from my perspective, you know, I've gone through going through MEPS, I've gone through my parents being there for me and supporting me. I've gone through, at the time, whenever I was in a relationship, them not supporting me in joining, but I still did anyways because it was for me. And I wasn't actually even sure about what active duty, National Guard, and Reserves were. All I knew was that I wanted to go join the military, and all of a sudden I'm active duty, which I didn't really comprehend Reserves and National Guard. I knew they were like kind of part-time type of thing, but I knew I wanted to join the military and wear the uniform 24/7. But I wish I knew a little bit more facts about the other components as well. I think that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, go ahead down, comment below. If you need help finding a recruiter, go ahead and hit me up as well. I know so many now. If you want to follow my YouTube personal channel, it's Bermeers. It's the first link on the bottom below, but I've been doing a lot more videos on there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gives you a little bit insight. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I got my head in the clouds, I don't wanna come down. I got 1, 2, 3 people doubting me.